He has some family obligations, and he's the other part of my success. He's helped complement what I do. We're two different, very different people. We've been competitors, of those of you that have heard me today. A lot of people don't realize how hard that is to do. To be two of the best in your space, or amongst even our peers here, and to come together, egos aside, and do some great stuff. Right, Griff? So I'm a loyal person, because even though Chris isn't here, I'm going to compliment him and talk like he is here, okay? Because I can't do what I do without him. With that being said, you know, we were at a crossroads with Empower Network. A lot of you heard me today. We lost all of our commissions last year. Everything gone. We could have laid on the floor. We could have walked away from the company. We said, you know what? I need to talk to Dave and find out what their vision is. Because you know what? It's just a roadblock, right? You know what you do when you get to a roadblock? You just kick it over, right? And you make checks, all right? You kick those things over, because I guarantee you, all of you are going to have them. It's a certainty in your life, in your business. But so what? Because if you don't have them, you're not doing something right. I'm going to tell you that firsthand. So we were at a crossroads. We came together with prosperity. Like Mike said, we wanted to combine resources. There's no sense in us recreating what you guys did, because look at this room, right? You guys are doing something right. And so egos aside, we said, you know what, we can't do what you guys do. Maybe we could, but why would we? You know, we believed in what you guys had. You have a family here, and that meant a lot to us. And so we said, you know what, we're going to build this over. But we're going to combine resources and do it 10 times, 100 times bigger. And you know what's going to happen to the company? I've seen this before, you guys, and right now, you're at a threshold of where this company is going to hit momentum. Anybody know what momentum is? Yeah. But does anybody truly know what momentum is? Yeah. Momentum is something that takes your income, what you're making right now, regardless of what you're doing, as long as you do the same things, and you keep constant action, simple actions, as I was talking about, 10 times, 20 times bigger. All right? It is the best timing that I've seen in a company in years. And we were at the perfect storm. And so everybody asked me, Chris, what is this perfect storm you always talk about? You guys, I had dreamt about a company like this. We have an e-commerce company that, obviously, ENV2 is ridiculous. All right? It's like you dream of these things. These guys, Dave and Dave, put this together for us with incredible margins. We're not making 5% or 10%. We're making close to 100%. But we have the infrastructure. We have an event structure like an Amway. All right? There's power there. There's power in numbers. And if you look at this room, we have something extremely special. Dave and Dave know it, because believe me, I had dinner with them the other night, and they want what we have. All right? So we have come together to bring something extremely valuable to your business to take it to the next level. And it just so happens that it's happening at the same time as ENV2. How cool is that? So what we've done is we've been working about 5.5 months on the logic and the ideas and the infrastructure of creating a prospecting system where we'll take your business, if you use it, to a whole new level. All right? Not to take away with what you're doing. We're not going to rebuild a blogging system. That's not what we do. But we're going to give you a way to attract customers in a whole nother light. All right? You can flip what you're doing right now upside down. Instead of attracting just $25 customers, which you're going to continue to do, you want to attract the doctors, the lawyers, the people who don't believe in Empower Network right now. Believe you me, they will. Because they're not successful in their craft if they didn't see value in a company like this. So I say you call them out. Call all of them out. Say, you know what, you're a successful person. If I could show you a way to make money outside of what you're doing that wouldn't interfere, would you be interested? And then all you have to do is send them one of those packets that you see in the back of that room. All right? We created a way, and Adam's going to come up here, and here's my better half bringing up this awesome package. Give Nicole a round of applause, please. We created something to be able to attract new customers in a different way, and to really allow you to do something different that nobody else is doing in this company. Now mind you, this is being done in other companies. Vima's one, Herbalife is another, and when they came out with a model like this, it exploded the company. David did say, I want this kid, I want what you're building, and said, absolutely not. You know what I said to them? I said, you can join in Prosperity if you want. You know what he said to that? So I love those guys, and we are going to work with the company to build some really awesome stuff, but I want you guys to have it first. Alright? So you're going to see at the back of the room, and a lot of you have already seen it, and I've told this how this works a gazillion times this weekend so far. But basically what you call this is a funded proposal. It's a way for you to attract customers, like a front-end system. How many know what a funded proposal is? Yeah. Front-end system, okay, about 30% of the room. It's basically a way for you to send traffic to a website now, and instead of selling Empower Network direct and explaining what it is and having a 45-minute sales video, you're going to sell a blind offer, meaning they don't know what it is. It's just a success kit. It says your business kit at the top. It'll say your success kit. It'll have your own affiliate link. They pay $9.95 to get this kit. And we spared no expense. It was a collaborative effort between Mike, myself, all the BAM guys, programmers to develop what we thought was a very professional presentation for Empower Network. So they go onto your website and say, you know, I want a business kit. I want to work from home. They pay $9.95. We, as Prosperity, priority mail this to their house. They get it in 1 to 3 days. All right? They get 2 DVDs, a workbook, a magazine. Aki Wood, where are you, brother? He helped write some of the articles. He's a bomb writer, man. That guy can write. And so he wrote some of the articles, and we have a really good presentation. So a day after they get this, we have business assistants or salespeople that will call and walk them through it step by step for you. Okay? So here's the kicker. It doesn't stop there. Wait, there's more. Thank you. So instead of saying, hey, do you want to join Empower Network for 25 bucks? Guess what they're going to say? Hey, do you want to join and go all in like everybody else? Yeah! Do you want to be a leader like everybody else? And you want to have the best products on the planet. That's what our guys are going to say. They're going to build the value at the very beginning. Now, mind you, Empower Network has a great organic upsell structure, right? You guys all know you're getting pass ups and people are upgrading all the time, right? This is just a different way. So now you can ask yourself, how many kits per day do you want to sell? 100. Right? You want to do 10 a day? You don't want to do 100 a day. It's up to you. And from there, we'll have people building the relationships off what's inside here. All right? And you don't have to worry about unpaids. Now, this kind of came up because Chris and I, as you know, I think we were the top earner for like 3 months last year. We stepped back for a little bit, and we've had a lot of unpaid members. How many of you have unpaid members? All right, we're a growing company. It's going to happen, so what? Right? You live with it. It's an obstacle. It's not a big problem, but if you really want to scale a business, you got to find other means to grow while they're trying to figure out some of these things. Okay? We get that, so what we're going to do here is there's a very good merchant where you won't have unpaids. It's less than 10 bucks for them to get it. And the cool thing is if they keep the kit for 14 days, it charges them a one-time fee of $40. We give you 20 bucks of that. Alright? 20 bucks. It's all yours. Alright? And then what happens, any Empower sale that comes from it, it's also yours. Okay? And our PBAs are, you heard my call center story, I won't touch a call center with a 10-foot pole. So we have contractors that I know personally, they know this industry, they know that our reputation's on the line, they won't misrepresent the company in any way for your business, and they work for you guys. So. We brought as many kits as we could. We've got about 10 billion of these made in a warehouse somewhere. But we do have about a good chunk left. We recommend that you grab one so you can bring it home and look through it, watch the DVDs, so you can at least see how it works. So when your prospects get these, you know what they're seeing and what they're reading. It's very important. So we have them back there. Make sure you get those at 30 bucks today. Otherwise, if you want to buy these wholesale, now remember, if you don't want to use our websites, that's fine. You can start handing these things out. Right? This opens a new door. And even Dave Wood said, I want to get 1 million of these and just hand them out. He's an Amway guy, right? For those of you that want to do that, and maybe on a tight budget, you can just start handing these kits out. It's a really good way to build it. And I know that's not really our model, but I'll tell you what, and I told this to a lot of people, when those old school guys come in here and start building it belly to belly, this company will triple in size. Okay? They're making 5%, 10% in those other companies. Look what's going to happen. So we have the beginning. We are pioneering this for Empower Network. And believe me, all the other leaders and all the other teams want this, and you guys get it first. Alright, we're going to pull up something. I'm going to show you a little teaser of what you're going to get. Right now, this is all launching as we speak. Some of it will be in the next week or two. I'll say 2 weeks just to be safe. Otherwise you get mad at me. So, oh, by the way, Mike, I got beat up in school too. This guy. Alright? Why the Pizza Boy? Because people can relate to it. It's Chris Campbell's actual story. It's just one of those things we've used for years, and it's like crazy. So it's very similar to Vic's funnel. If you've seen Vic's funnel, right? Big idea, super cool, big mastermind grande latte thing. That so we created this. Actually, this is a different page, but in your back office, we'll have a page that looks just like this. There's 4 videos, a series of videos that explains Power Network, prosperity, and it sells a $25 product. Okay? We want to help you do what you're currently doing, just in a different way. So now you can use this image instead of maybe Adam's image or any other. And this is ready to go in your back office. Okay? So here's what it looks like. We've got a series of 4 steps or 4 videos. Okay? Step 1 is watch all the videos. Step 2, they have a download, which is a digital version of this kit, just a little dumbed down, so they can actually see the big spectrum of this. And on the 4th page, it has a close and a buy button for your $25 Power Network product. Okay? Very, very cool stuff. This just finished just recently. We have new autoresponders. We have new videos. All of that is finished and ready to go. All right? Even further, remember I talked, you guys know what a PBA is? I always mention that name. Personal Business Assistant. It's a fancy word for like a salesperson, but they build more of a relationship. They're not large selling guys. I don't like having them in my business. So these PBAs now, you're going to have an option in your back office. If you're all in, you can flip a switch. Every Empower sale that comes through the system, period, $25, $100, whatever, a PBA will call them and go through a workbook with them, and go through a business plan, build a relationship, and tell them why they need to go all in from day 1. So we're high-tech, but we're also high-touch. Okay? It's a very complicated thing on our end, but we figured it out, and we duplicated it to you guys. So that is what is up. You'll have all that. It's all ready to go in your back office. Now, along with this kit, for those of you that want to sell the kit, we've created about 6 or 7 websites for you guys to play around with. Some will work in solo ads, some will work on banner ads, some will work in CPA markets. We just create a bunch of variety for you because we know that you guys market different ways. If you blog, we create something that works with blogs. Some have videos, some don't. Okay? But they all have this funny looking guys on it. Okay? Someone said that. So here's an example of one of the pages right here. And wait, there's more. Yeah. So this is what the kit page looks like. It just says start your business. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
All right. So it just has the kit picture in there. It's got Chris Campbell. It's going to have a form on the right-hand side. They put in their name and email and phone number. They can scroll down a little bit, show you what it looks like. Why the internet's the top choice. Happy customers. This good-looking dude. All right. Yeah. We've got a whole video of testimonials on here. Justin's even on here. You'll get royalties. Don't worry about it. And then it just explains the trial and how this works. Okay, so they can claim their trial at the bottom. As soon as the $9.95 trial goes out, the kit goes out in the mail the next day, and 1 to 3 days they get it. PBA calls them, you just made a power sale. All right? So this is an example of one page. We've got some that are very generic. Obviously, it does not say anything about Empower Network on here. Okay? It does have a disclaimer at the bottom that says we are affiliates of Empower Network. Everything is compliant. Dave knows exactly what we're doing. Okay? And so with that being said, you guys will have this in the next 2 weeks. We also are going to allow you to purchase kit sales. Anybody have heard of that before? You ever seen that in other companies? So for those of you that don't want to send traffic or market the kit pages, or just lazy, all right? That's okay, I'm lazy too. You can just buy a sale that we send the traffic to your page or to a page. We get the sale for you, and we will sell you that actual sale person. All right? We didn't create this model. I didn't invent this. Herbalife actually did it really successfully in a couple other companies. It's just a way for us to get more kits out the door for you, people that want to do it. All right? So those are a couple options. And on top of that, I'm going to bring up Adam. He's going to talk about what really happens in the background, because this is ninja stuff. I'm telling you, I can't even explain it. So once all this stuff happens, and the sale happens in your Power back office, whether it's a $25 sale or an all-in, there's some really cool stuff that these guys set up that automatically puts them through funnels and helps basically build your business for you. All right? It's really techy stuff, but it works regardless if you know how it works or not. So, Adam, I'm going to let you come up and explain this to me.
Who's excited? I can't hear you. Man, this stuff is going to be sweet. Alright, so I'm just going to jump right into it and show you what starts to happen once somebody joins. Because he's pretty much showing you the front, this is how we bring in new customers. But there's a lot that happens on the back now once somebody actually joins the system. So the first thing that's going to happen, obviously, they get like a welcome email from us. They get it automatically from the system, so you guys don't have to do anything. And then once they get into the system, this is what goes on. So they're going to see this back office. As you can see, we have the new Pizza Boy Millionaire funnels in there, so you guys can use those right when you go home. So the links are already in there. Everything's ready. So right when they get in, they'll click on Start Here. They're going to go through a welcome video. So you see, they're going to see Mike here, he's going to get him plugged in. Explain to him everything about why they should go to events and things like that. And then they're going to go through a business plan. So this is what's different. It's actually enabled in the back office right now. So when you guys start signing up new people, this is the process they're going to go through. They're going to go through filling out a business plan first. And there's a few different things that happen when this business plan. I'm going to open it up just so you guys can see some of the questions. Try and pause it right here. Alright, so this is what the business plan looks like. You can actually go through this after this meeting and everything, so that you can read all the questions. But basically the goal of this business plan is to get people setting their goals right from the start, so they know exactly what they're going for. So the first questions you're going to ask them, like, what does their dream lifestyle look like? So they actually start to visualize what they want to get. So this is basically taking them through the process that somebody would normally do on the phone. We're basically cutting out that process that you have to ask them all the questions on the phone and do all that kind of stuff. We're not going to do that at all anymore. So you're just going to make a welcome call and say, hello, welcome to the team. Make sure that you watch the business plan video. And so they go in, all you have to do is just plug people into the business plan. So how many of you guys sometimes struggle with wondering what to tell people to do? When they get in, they're just like, I don't know, I just don't really know what to tell them to do. I know that's something that I struggled with, and that's why we wanted to do this, is put together something that's you just tell them to do one thing. Go to the business plan and follow the videos, and that's all you have to do. So the first thing that happens, like I said, they go through a series of questions, and then they're going to go to the bottom here. It actually asks them what their goals are. They're going to go through setting all their income goals. It's going to tell them, it's going to ask them, how much startup capital they have. So basically it's asking all the questions that you need to know when you get on the phone with them for the first time so that you can help. And when they get to the bottom and they hit submit, so it's going to say save and download your business plan at the bottom. As soon as they save and download this business plan, it's actually going to save all their answers in your back office. So if you're their sponsor and they just signed up, it's going to save all the answers. So the first time you call them, you already know everything about them, exactly what they want. Let me just show you. I'll show you really quick since you guys are doing just where it saves the answers because that's kind of what questions are. So you just go here to marketing stats, member stats, and then you can see the information for every single one of your members. And you click on info. So with this account, this is actually a test account, so it's not showing it. But normally right under info, you click info. So you can see right here, and some of you guys in the back are kind of small, but so you can see all their information, you can see their phone number, so you can give them a call right after they fill out the business plan, and you can actually download the PDF that they save. So it's actually going to save the PDF so that you can download it, see all their answers when you give them a call the first time, so you can coach them in the proper way. That's really what we want, is to set you guys up so that you can do the best job of coaching people and helping them upgrade. That's really what this whole process is about. So you have all the answers there. And then also in this business plan, it's actually going to give them an action plan. So you're not really going to have to do much of anything to get people started. They just go through the business plan. They're going to get an action plan from Mike, and then they're going to move on to the setup steps where they set up the autoresponder and things like that. And then this is the most exciting piece that everybody's pretty much been waiting for, is the get traffic section. So we basically made a deal with the best traffic guy that we know and contracted him to deliver all the traffic for our team. Obviously, you guys can deliver your own traffic as well. But this is just going to be a source that you guys can plug into, especially for people that are just getting started, because we want people to be able to get started instantly when they join the team. And most people, the biggest thing they struggle with is getting traffic to their pages. So by giving them something that's completely done for them, and the videos will be here after this event, we're actually getting them created right now. So after the event, probably at least within the week, all of this stuff will be active in the back office. The traffic and the closers will be completely active. So they're going to be able to go in here, when they click on place an order, we can't see it right now just because it's locked, but they'll just be able to slide and choose how much traffic they want to purchase, click buy, click the page that they want to send it to. They'll just be able to choose between one of our Prosperity Team pages. They won't be able to send it to anything outside the system, but they'll be able to send it to our Prosperity Team pages, the ones that we know convert. That's really the key, is we don't want people asking questions, where do I send the traffic? We're just going to tell you exactly where to send it. These funnels convert, send it here, and you'll get signed. So that's like, so then after they go through the whole traffic video,
So what do you think?
this video isn't just saying my guys, because really, to be able to make the maximum amount of money from traffic, you have to at least have the 15K. Otherwise, it just won't work. Like it's kind of the bottom line. We can't tell people to buy traffic until they're at that level. I guess I don't feel comfortable telling people to buy traffic until they're at that level, because they probably can't make money. So that's why we did that. It's also just an easy way to upsell someone. If they really want to get traffic, then obviously they're going to get the 15K so they can just buy traffic. The same thing with the PBAs. So if somebody wants to use a PBA and be able to have someone close their sales for them, then they have to have the masters. And it's just because the PBA is going to want to close an all-in sale. And if you don't have all the products, then they can't close that sale. So we need to make sure that everybody's all in that's using a PBA so they can close the master sales for you and make you guys enough money. Chris, do you want to talk anything else about the PBA? Just how that whole process works kind of in the back end? There's a lot that goes into just managing the PBAs and how the invoicing is.
Alright, so the PBAs, I've used this model for probably about 4 years. Obviously I had the call center model, which is as hard as that was on our business back then, we also learned what to do. So we're translating this to this situation. But a PBA, it's like he said, you have to be all in to use it for the standard funnels. Now, if you want to use the iPAS system, which is the kit system, you have to be at the 15K formula. Okay? So I'm going to tell you off of what we've done already with our PBAs, their closing ratio is enormous because they basically sell themselves. They're on the phone with them saying, hey, how would you like me to do exactly what I'm doing with you? How would you like to use this kit exactly what I'm doing with you? And they're like, absolutely, right? They're already feeling and touching the model and they don't even know it. So your average ticket price is going to be higher. Your quality of prospect and business person is going to be higher. What happens to your duplication? Higher, right? Higher quality people, bigger business, more passives. Okay? So here's how the invoicing system works. And this was where we got hung up. This is why it took so long, is whenever a sale is made, the commission has to be paid to the PBA because they did the work for you. So 20% of the sale price will go to a PBA. All right? I don't have a problem with it because they're doing the work. All right? So we have to figure out how do we invoice that, because let's say Justin makes a sale, or a PBA makes a sale for Justin, but it passes up to his sponsor. How do we track down that money so the PBA can get paid? Because Justin doesn't have to pay it, he never got the money. Make sense? So we created an invoicing system where Prosperity will actually track down that person. All right? So we'll notice that Justin's sale went to a sponsor. We'll go to a sponsor and say, hey, you know, we got to collect 20% when you get the money. You know, obviously it doesn't come in right away through e-wallet. As soon as that comes in, it goes into like an escrow account with Prosperity, and we'll pay out the PBA so they're happy. Okay? So we'll handle all of that. But it is an honor system. All right? So if Justin's sponsor doesn't pay, Justin's on the line to get that guy to understand that this is what needs to happen. Because at the end of the day, we have to use an honor system. There's no other way to really do it. If you don't pay the commission, the PBA won't do anything for you anymore. It's fair, right? Okay. So that's the way it works. Again, you have to be all in to use the PBA with any other funnel other than the iPAS funnel. Otherwise, it's just a 15K formula. All right? And that is starting almost immediately. As soon as you get home, you can use the PBA system. All right?
Let's do it.
But this is, like I said, it adds high tech and high touch together. And of course, you can call your own people. I don't like doing it. It's no fun. But these guys are just really good at being teddy bears on the phone and explaining value. And especially with ENV2, you guys have some, I mean, we're so fortunate to have this new product at this time when we launched this. So it's just, maybe it's coincidence, but maybe we attracted it, right? Right. And it doesn't stop there, because I'm telling you, we have some plans to create more funnels. Every quarter, we're going to try to build a new funnel for you and a new sales system for you to use. All right? That's as long as Mike Cox keeps doing daily assignments. Because then I got to leave what I'm doing to do that. So, but, yeah. We have the ability to get an unlimited amount of PBAs if we need. Yeah, right now we have a handful of them. We have more being trained, but they're trained in this model, in this industry, not phone rooms, not selling investment junk, none of that. We don't deal with it. I have a one-strike rule. If somebody misrepresents you or your business, you find out about it, you come to us, they're done. Yeah. Okay? That's it. We will not tolerate people taking advantage of our company, because at the end of the day, you guys,